Hello friends, this is Sam Cheney reporting for WeaponizedNews.com. Today, September 10th, 2016. And where's the outrage? Report out of CNN. Clinton, half of Trump supporters are in basket of deplorables. This from lying, crooked Hillary, a war criminal, guilty of violation of the Espionage Act, guilty of public corruption. Let's go to Zero Hedge for a boil down of this report. Hillary Clinton calls Trump supporters a racist, sexist, homophobic basket of deplorables. From an evil demon creature, Hillary Clinton is calling Trump supporters this. Several days ago, the Wall Street Journal reported that in a change of strategy, Hillary would tone down her personal attacks on Trump to distance herself from an increasingly uglier mudslinging campaign on both sides. It didn't last long, perhaps after she saw the latest polls, which continue to slip away from her favor and confirm the two candidates are again neck and neck. On Friday night, during an LGBT fundraiser for Clinton in New York, hosted by Barbara Streisand, Hillary unleashed an unprecedented ad hominem attack on what amounts to about a quarter of America, calling half of Trump's supporters a basket of deplorables. Cited by BuzzFeed, Hillary made a statement which 4 years ago effectively lost Mitt Romney the election. You know, just to be grossly generalist, you could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables, right? She said as the crowd laughed and applauded, the racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it, Clinton continued, and unfortunately, there are people like that, and he has lifted them up. He has given voice to their websites that used to only have 11,000 people, now have 11 million. He tweets and retweets their offensive, hateful, mean-spirited rhetoric. Well, Miss Hillary Clinton, you are hateful, mean-spirited, and there's no rhetoric about it. It's the truth about you. So I'm offended by being called a racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, all-around bad person when you are a traitor to this country. Disgusting, criminal, lying, crooked Hillary. Let's take a look at this disgusting, deplorable speech from her own mouth.
Donald Trump wasn't the only one making questionable statements tonight. Listen to Secretary Clinton at a fundraiser here in New York.
Be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. But that other basket of people are people who feel the government has let them down. The economy has let them down. Nobody cares about them.
Because the economy has let us down under the leadership of Barack Hussein Obama and your leadership as Secretary of State. Truly disgusting remarks from Clinton. Continuing, Clinton said the other half are people struggling who have found hope in Trump's message. Well, yeah, Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. Because Hillary Clinton, this criminal scum, has sold us out to one world government, new world order agenda. In other words, Hillary believes that half of America either see its future as a dead end or is a gruesome carnation of a racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic redneck, something she has recently equated to the alt-right. In a recent speech, Clinton tried to tie her GOP rival in with the so-called alt-right movement, a loose fringe group that exists largely online and often appeals to anti-immigrant, anti-Semitic, and white nationalist individuals. Hillary Clinton is truly disgusting criminal. Anti-illegal immigration, anti-Zionism, and just plain American in general. Can we have our country without these lying criminal globalist scum trying to undermine America? While Hillary Clinton's attempts at broad stroke stereotyping, what is rather ironic about Hillary Clinton's instant alienation of about a quarter of Americans is that 5 months ago, the liberal 538.com website found that Trump voters' median household income was higher than the median income in every state, sometimes by a wide margin, and that 44% of Trump voters have college undergraduate degrees, compared to 29% of U.S. adults. In fact, the median household income of Trump voters is far higher than that of Hillary supporters. Here's the median income. Trump supporters, almost $75,000 for median household income. Clinton's is lower than his at about, $60,000. Meanwhile, Hillary only dominates among the very lowest of income earners in America, which is no surprise since work is punished at that level of income. And that is specifically the target demographic desired by most liberals who promise more government handouts and, in general, just more government. Think about this, and I have to explain this to coworkers and people all the time. The government makes you pay taxes. You have to pay to go to work if you want to succeed in a welfare state. The government pays you to stay at home and collect welfare. What kind of twisted logic is that? It's the welfare state logic to pander to the underclass and create a perpetual underclass. Taxation is theft. It's truly disgusting. It goes through some more statistics about how Clinton panders to the low-educated underclass for their votes, promising handouts. It's truly disgusting. Finally, we recall that it was almost exactly 4 years ago when Mitt Romney's famous 47% recording leaked, in which he said that there are 47% of the people who will vote for the president no matter what. All right, there are 47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe the government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they are entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it, and that's that, an entitlement. And the government should give it to them. And they will vote for this president no matter what. These are people who pay no income tax. My job is to not worry about those people. It's a true statement from Mitt Romney. No, it's very offensive. So by all rights, this statement by Hillary Clinton should lose her the election. But we know that the mainstream media establishment is in the tank for Hillary Clinton. We know that the Democratic establishment is in the tank for Hillary Clinton. And we know that the Republican establishment is in the tank for Hillary Clinton. And we know that the Libertarian establishment is in the tank for Hillary Clinton. So against all odds, against the entire establishment, political and media, Donald Trump is just about tied up in the polls now. Continuing, Obama has polarized for these comments, including by none other than his Democrat primary opponent at the time, Hillary Clinton. She ripped him as elitist and cast him as someone who couldn't possibly fathom the concerns of the working, hard-working Americans, white Americans. And that's talking about this comment from Obama. You go into these small towns in Pennsylvania, and like a lot of other small towns in the Midwest, the jobs have been gone now for 25 years, and there's nothing there to replace them, Obama said. And then they fell through the Clinton administration and the Bush administration. Each successive administration has said that somehow these communities are going to regenerate, and they have not. And it is not surprising then that they get bitter. They cling to their guns or religion or apathy toward people who aren't like them, and anti-immigrant sentiment or anti-trade sentiment as a way to explain their frustrations. Fast forward 8 years later, and well, irony strikes again. So she's putting down Romney for saying that. She put down Obama for saying that, and comes out yesterday and calls Trump supporters a racist, sexist, homophobic basket of deplorables. Hillary Clinton is the deplorable one. She is a war criminal. She's committed treason on so many different levels against the United States. Hillary for prison, Trump for the presidency. Trump 2016. Do your own research about this very important 2016 presidential election. As for myself, I'm voting for Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton deserves to be tried, deserves to be charged, tried, and convicted of treason against this country. Subscribe to this channel, speak out, and take action.